Hello everybody, Defense here, and welcome to some more Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. I never noticed that little tower there before, the clock tower. I really like that. We'll probably have to go and check that out soon, but no distractions. We, again, have a lot of work to do, and I'm happy for it. We are hopefully going to get all of the potatoes harvested today. I want to get a bunch of the soybeans done as well, but that is not going to be guaranteed. So if you remember last episode, we bought the Grime KS75-4 for chopping the tops off, and we also grabbed the, I think we might have already had it or we might have picked it up, but the Grommet Z609 potato harvester. This pulls them out of the ground, and my plan was I may end up still getting it. I kind of want to use a bucket instead of this. But this thing's wicked cool. I don't remember if we've talked about it. Yeah, we did, because I remember talking about the peat moss harvesting, which uses a very similar contraption on some farms. But I am actually going to hold off on this for now, because I don't want to keep running up hours on my other tractor. So I think this will be fine. Not too worried about it. But what we did grab is I went out and I've been meaning to grab this pack for a while. But I grabbed the Flegel large capacity shovel mod. I cannot remember who made it, but you have different buckets. I'll talk about those in a second. But yeah, you have your 1250, your 1550, your 1850, and your 2150. I don't actually know how big this one is and if it will look fine on my tractor. So I'm tossed, you know. We'll go with this one for now. I'm not too worried about it. It will mean, let's just do it. I wish I could see it in size. Does it show? It is 2 meters across. And I think my tractor is like 1.5, if I remember correctly. And then, yeah, this goes to 2.4. So I feel these are definitely too big. This guy here will be in the middle. But they do also have 2 brushes. They make 2.0 and the 3.0, which is 2 meter and 3 meter brushes. I have actually never used those. They come in the pack. They're listed as lizard, not Flegels. So we'll worry about those another time. Maybe play around with them in the future. We'll just keep it as the what's this color considered? The steel? Galvanized, yeah. Let's buy this guy. Boom, boom, boom. Because I still do have to run this guy, which is kind of annoying. I cannot put a front end loader on the case. We are kind of stuck with it at the moment. I may look into selling the case and getting a different tractor after another harvester too. The only things I'm really looking to upgrade, I think it's actually a pretty good size. I think weight-wise, it might be a bit much. Once we get it filled, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I think the only things I want to upgrade after we buy a couple more things is I want to replace this tractor. I want to actually buy a tractor. I don't want to continue to lease a tractor. That's one. 2, the planter or seeder or whatever I end up getting, the drill, I need something that's owned by me, not leased. And I also want to get something that'll do corn and sunflowers. I'm gonna have to look into that, but I think everything else is fine. There's maybe a couple little machines here and there I might buy. Obviously we'll need something, a header to harvest the corn and stuff like that, but I'm not too worried about it right now. You know what I didn't do? I did not clean up the end. We'll probably end up doing that today, but I want to see how well this bucket works. Everybody talks about the Flegels when it comes to large capacity buckets in farming sims, so let's kick it up, forward. Okay, yeah, we'll be good. Whoops, I missed a bit. It seemed to be, I don't know if it's touchy or if it was just I missed a spot. I do kind of keep hooking the ground. Yeah, this will actually be good. I was worried that I'd have to do a lot of carting, but I think we'll end up being very fine here. And there we go. There's 1,500 potatoes in the bucket. I will probably end up getting bouncing okay. I should probably put a weight on the back, but I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, you can actually see it's a lot of weight on the front end of this tractor. This tractor's not really enjoying it. But I think it will be fine. So what I gotta do now? Whoop, not what I wanted to do. I keep forgetting to change that. Can you not put potatoes in this? Okay, so as you can probably see here, there's something missing. So as it turns out, that only holds fertilizer and seeds, which I don't know, and I don't know how I didn't pay attention to that. I really need to start reading this stuff more. So that was kind of a bummer, but we will look into a new silo to replace it in the future. And yeah, it happens, you know. I just saw it, it looked cool, it was inexpensive, and I went, yeah, that'll work. And, you know, I probably should have checked what it fit. So, what we're gonna have to do now... There we go. Mouse is being weird today. I think what we're gonna end up doing is putting a bunch of potatoes into this thing and maybe dumping them into a pile once it gets full. I don't actually know. So what I am gonna do is clean up the potatoes that are in here real quick. So let's get this guy set up in a decent position, because I don't know which one I should really harvest this stuff so that I can make the money to afford the washer right away. Actually, since I did sell that, I could place the washer. Hold on. Gotta stop running this thing. Let me see how much space this is gonna take up. So I'm thinking the small shed, this guy right here. This thing's huge. Well, I shouldn't say huge. It's just a lot bigger than I thought. I put it... Actually, I can't even really put it like that, because then it kind of gets in the way of this stuff. And if I put it too far over here, I can't really drive my stuff through. So what we are going to do instead, let's go into global companies. Let's grab this guy. And yeah, he's much, much smaller. So you input water, potatoes on the right, water in the front, kind of where the arrow is. And it outputs on the left side there where you can see. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put this guy, I think right here will work. Forward a little. Boom. And I have two of these. Oh, actually, looking at it. Okay, so it goes from this side. And I could cheat. I could just place them right here, but I'm not going to. We're going to put them... because I want to use conveyors to kind of move everything for us. Thinking... yeah, because I need the ability. So the left side, you'll see a tiny little box. That is the output for pig feed. So I have to make sure we can output pig feed to this, out of this. So we're going to put that one there. And there. I think that'll work. Let's just touch up the land a bit. What do we got? Nope, I need to do X. And I need to tab until we get to... that should work. Oh, let's swing over and take a look. I know it looks weird out in the yard like this. That's why I did want to put it in a shed, but the chicken coop ended up being a lot bigger than I remembered. But yeah, so this should work. It will pour out into here, and then it will go into here. I don't see why that wouldn't work. I just have to get the conveyors for it, and I have to get water. So let me actually gather up the stuff to get this filled, and I think we'll be able to actually just throw some potatoes in. This thing is very, very picky. Like ridiculously picky. I don't really know if there's a good way to do this. I'm probably gonna end up having to move the potato washer, sadly, which I'm fine with. I'll just end up having to deal with it, but we should now be getting washed potatoes. So let's access the global company's menu, get into this guy, check it out. We have, oh, there we go. We just got our premium potatoes. So we have 766 liters, and you'll see it has a byproduct of pig food. So if you start potatoes early enough running this, you should have plenty left over to run your pigs, to feed your pigs later, which will be very nice. But yeah, I was kind of bummed. I was kind of bummed I couldn't get this to work, because I've definitely I've seen it used before. So again, as I said, we'll end up playing around with it. For now, we're gonna have to do it all by hand, which means I'm definitely moving this, because I don't want to have to dump into the trailer and then pull the trailer around and into here. So what I think we're gonna do first is get all of the tops done. So we're gonna top everything, and then we're going to collect it all up. We'll put some in as we go, but it'll probably, most of it end up getting piled up. Again, this is why I wanted to put in a shed, so that I could have little walled areas to kind of dump things, kind of like little silage bunkers, but not really silage bunkers. So I am kind of bummed that that is not going to be a thing for me right now, at least. I will continue to look into it, but you know, it's kind of whatever. So what I'm going to do real quick is we're going to throw on some music, and I'm going to speed everything up and get all the tops topped, and get it all above ground, and hopefully a good chunk of it moved. I don't know if we're going to get all of it done today. We will, the plan is to get it all done today, but I don't know if we will. So music, fasty stuffs, potato topped, and hopefully harvested. So far, I'd say we're doing pretty good. I don't know how many potatoes we currently have. I was going pretty good. I did not notice till we started this that the machine had been running slow, and that's because I had grabbed a new mod, the Combine Experience, if I remember correctly. It's supposed to make it so that you can harvest different crops at more realistic, real-world speeds, because you don't harvest all the crops at the same speed. So I thought I'd give that a try. We're not doing it with the potatoes, at least, so I'll have to think ahead on what we're going to be working on in relation to harvest and such. So I may turn it on for the fields and like the canola and all of that stuff. I have not decided 100% yet, but I think it'll be something I want to give a try to in the future. It does add a little bit of realism to how it all works. So yeah, I am gonna toss it back over to some more music. I want to try and get this whole thing harvested, at least. That's our goal, is to get this harvested and throw a little bit more into the sorter. Actually, speaking of that, let's head over here and take a look. This should all be done by now. Yeah, so that's there. Control G. See, what do we got in the... See, they're both labeled as potato washer, even though... Potato sorter. But yeah, so we're up to 1,400. So you do lose a little bit, and that's what comes down to here. So that should be 545. 1545. I think that's close to what we had. I don't actually remember. So we'll have to pay attention to that and play around with it. But as I said, because this thing is so loud, I won't be using it on camera. We will time lapse a little bit more for you. That was a bit more work than I thought it was going to be. I did set up a worker. I do have to reset them every once in a while. I'm not too worried about that. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to get this guy up. We're going to get this guy over. Whoop. And we're going to dump this guy in. So we are going to be able to get a good amount done. What do we got? You stopped again. They were sitting up top a bit long. Yeah, it's weird. When it first went, it went up and came back, and now it's just like, nah, we're just gonna hang out over here. So I want to get them out of the way so I don't have to deal with the cars beeping and traffic backing up. So let's just get this guy over here. I'll probably do a bit more of this in the next episode, but I want to try and get the fields harvested for next episode as well. So we will have to see what we end up doing. This thing is wicked touchy, and I think I need to wait for the back. We'll have to look into that. But yeah, it seems over here it seems fine, but out in the field it is very picky. We are gonna have to keep an eye on that. Oh yeah, especially once we get stuff in the bucket, it gets really heavy. As I said, for whatever reason, when I was over there in the field, it just didn't want to agree with picking stuff up every once in a while. As I said, we'll keep an eye on it, but I want to get some of this in. What is the price of washed potato, sorted potatoes right now anyway? I know it's pretty high. Regular potatoes, $364. Sorted potatoes, 902 at the grain mill here in town. So we're definitely going to be running those. I am very happy about this. It should make us a good amount of money. I did not end up filling the trailer up all the way, as you saw. I wanted to bring you guys out so we could actually start doing some of this stuff. The other problem is I don't really have a trailer to put this all in right now. I could buy another one of these. They're only like 5 or... Well, it depends on which style I go for, but I think it's only like 5 or 7,000. So it's not overly expensive, but it is a bit on the pricey side. But that is there. This is this, and this will be the last load going in for today. It does take a little bit to wash, so once we get everything in here, we'll take a quick look at its stuff. There we go. So it's left control G, by the way, guys, to bring up your global companies menu if you have the mods installed. So grab this, enter. So it currently has, it's pretty much full on water, which is good, and we're sitting at 6,000 liters of potatoes. So I actually want to throw down some quick math. Let's see. What did I say, 1,600? Probably something like that. All right, here we go. Calculator. If I put my mind to it, I could probably figure out the math. Divide that by 1,000. I either can't math or this is not what I thought. All right. Oh, 6,000. Oh, there we go. That's why my numbers were way off. 6,000 times 900 divided by 1,000. There we go. 5,400 bucks for 6,000, and that's probably, so that's not even half of this. I'm not even gonna call it a field. And we've still got all of this, and I think we're gonna make some good stuff. We'll probably get a pallet or two of pig feed out of this, which would be very nice. We can start setting some of that aside for when we have pigs in the future. But I think that's going to be it for us today. I have to figure out some stuff between this episode and next. So if you guys have any ideas for other ways we could manage this, feel free to let me know down below. I may even end up switching over to that other pickup tool that I was telling you guys about, this guy here. And I'll play around with the follow me mod and set up the offsets and everything correctly, because yeah, this thing folds around and sticks out the side. Again, I'm going to take a look at that, but that is sadly going to be it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little bit of a mess at some points, but things weren't working in the way that I thought they would, which is kind of a bummer. So, as I was saying, thank you for stopping in. I hope you did enjoy, and I hope you have a nice night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is my defense. I hope to see you again soon. Peace.